April 21, 2020, influenza vaccination and respiratory virus interference among Department of Defense personnel during the 2017 and 2018 influenza season. Pentagon study. A Pentagon study found that receiving flu vaccines may increase the risk of other respiratory viruses, a phenomenon known as virus interference. Vaccine-derived virus interference was significantly associated with coronavirus and human metapneumovirus. In an article that I included in a video, the last video I posted last night, they were saying that there is a secondary co-infection, pneumonia, with coronavirus. I wonder how many who they have tested and found to have coronavirus, which, well, frankly, we all may very well have coronavirus and be asymptomatic for our entire lives. A lot rests on how strong our immune system is. But I wonder how many people got the flu vaccine. So here it is. Department of Defense states getting that flu vaccine increases your risk of other respiratory viruses. Pentagon study, flu shot raises risk of coronavirus by 36%. March 12th, 2020, Anderson Cooper and Dr. Sanjay Gupta held a global town hall on coronavirus and fears. It just so amazes me that people can't see through these mainstream media CIA operatives. Anyway, during the discussion, Anderson said to the viewing audience, and again, if you are concerned about coronavirus and you haven't gotten a flu shot, you should get a flu shot, which increases your risk of getting coronavirus, which includes the flu. So, yeah, they use these words, terms, phrases just to confuse and to steer, with a whole lot of misinformation into the misinformation, direction, put you on that misinformation trajectory so that you get misinformation your entire life. Oh. Is Anderson's claim that the flu shot will help people fight COVID-19 remotely true? No. Anderson's recommendation may have been the worst advice he could have given the public. That's right. Okay. We also have, this is the flu vaccination study by the Pentagon that increases the risk of coronavirus by 36% should you have had that flu vaccine. Along with this is a 2018 CDC study, flu shots increase risk of non-flu acute respiratory illnesses in children compared to unvaccinated children during the same period. Unvaccinated children are the healthiest children on the planet. 2011 Australian study, flu shot doubled risk of non-influenza viral infections and increased flu risk by 73%. It's the vaccination that's the problem. 2012 Hong Kong study, flu shots increased the risk of non-flu respiratory infections 4.4 times and tripled flu infections. 2017 study, vaccinated children are 5 30.9 times more likely to suffer pneumonia, 30.1 times more likely to have been diagnosed with rhinitis than unvaccinated children. A 2014 study, influenza vaccinated children were 1.6 times more likely than unvaccinated children to have a influenza-like illness. The well-respected Cochrane Collaboration's comprehensive 2010 meta-analysis of published influenza vaccine studies found that the influenza vaccination has no effect on hospitalization, and that there is no evidence that vaccines prevent viral transmission or complications. The Cochrane researchers concluded that the scientific evidence seems to discourage the utilization of vaccination against influenza in healthy adults as a routine public health measure. You taking this in? The scientific evidence seems to discourage the utilization of vaccines. Don't get vaccinated if you're healthy, because that vaccine may very well make you sick. The researchers accused the CDC of deliberately misrepresenting the science in order to support their influenza vaccination recommendation. Nevertheless, CNN and other mainstream media outlets continually broadcast CDC pronouncements as gospel, and ironically ridicules those of us who actually read the science as purveyors of vaccine misinformation. When you've got the psychopaths, the narcissists, those who have been corrupted, their moral core, corrupted. When you have an awful lot of them and they're in positions of power and they control mainstream media, they'll just keep lying and ditching truth. It's for those good people to stand up, stop sitting around. They've got to stand up for truth, for justice, for good to trump evil. If they don't, they're just the good people sitting around allowing evil to flourish. So, whole lot of evidence that what we are being told is not true, and line up for that vaccine. Then you have the coronavirus, and then you get tested as, oh my God, you've got the coronavirus. Well, the coronavirus, World Health Organization, 85% mild symptoms.